Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm MaryAnne and you're watching MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. I'm extremely happy to be here with you. I seem to do this every time I knock over my beautiful amethyst angel. I guess she wants me to say, bring me on up. Let me know I'm there for everybody. A beautiful healing energy of the amethyst. But welcome to my channel and the daily sun sign love connections for the month of May. Yes, we're in the month of May. For those that are new, I am a tarot reader of over 3 decades. I don't want to say I'm an astrologist. I am an active enthusiast when it comes to astrology that I'm more and more interested in every day. So at some point, maybe I'll take on that title of professional, but I do follow it, and I watch the and study and learn a lot about the amazing, incredibly strong influences that the stars and the planets have on all of us individually and collectively that I like to impart in my readings. But mainly I've been studying the compatibility since I was 12 on how different signs get along. And it's tried and true, I'll tell you. And I like to explain a little bit about why. And also I pick one featured sign every single day for the first half of the month, between the 1st and like the 15th, or no, 12th, because there's 12 signs. And then I do a second reading for the mid-month. So you have a congruency there, hopefully, and you kind of can follow the guidelines, the energies, the messages that come through for your reading. So we start with Aries, beautiful Aries, first sign of the zodiac. We had Aries starting our astrology year in March. And then we had the new moon in Aries. So I think a lot of people just felt so fueled up and ready and fired up, even though it was in March. That is the new year in many, many ways. And I was grateful for that. And the energy of Aries, of course, is the most brilliant, exuberant fire element of passion and drive and spirit. And being a cardinal sign that you are, Aries, you always want to start things. You want to be busy. You want to be a leader. You have confidence and you have courage and you have determination, all the beautiful things that are required for transformation in our lives, right? You actually lead the brigade, as it were, okay? So that's a beautiful thing. And so we're reading for you. And then I end with Pisces, of course, by the end of this. And I always pick a featured sun sign. And what that means is, no, you're the featured, I apologize. The highlighted is the one I pick right in front of you. Spirit-induced message for the beautiful featured sign today of Aries. And what I do is I read 3 specific categories, usually important in the way that they can cover most questions asked in regards to this highlighted connection. Let us see who this is for you. First and foremost, Aries. Who does Spirit want to specifically let you know and guide you with for the beginning of the month of May and the whole month through, actually? And you have Cancer. Interesting, it kind of boom, but I like it. Cancer is a beautiful, watery element that is absolutely about the heart, about the emotions, about the nurturing and caring, sensitive side of human nature. And I know for a fact that a lot of fire and water signs always seem to just attract. There's that beautiful tension, as I always say. It's like you don't want too much in a relationship, but you want a certain amount, right? And you add fire and water, and what happens? You get a little steamy and it gets boiling. And sometimes, you got to put that water out on a fire sign because they can get real demonstrative and real, passionate. Right? And especially Aries, because Aries not only is a doer and a let's make it happen, they're a ram, they represent the ram, so they're just like fast forward. And then lastly, they are ruled by Mars. So Mars is all about war and aggression and fever and passion and all that really exciting kind of drama things a lot of times. But it can be in a positive way. It doesn't have to be, all shadowy, though there can be those elements. So being aware of that, I know that the sensitivity with the Cancer is really important and really helpful a lot of times. I think that's why they are attracted to each other. I mean, the love that's there from an Aries is very, very strong, and they care greatly. They want to do whatever they can to be of service and help. They like to do things their way a lot of times. They're not a fixed sign, but they're just used to being first. They don't know any other way. And they will be there to support and make security for you, Cancer, which is a huge portion and part of what Cancers really appreciate and look for in their lives. Now, as far as Cancers go, they are the water sign. They are ruled by the moon. So there's a great affinity to the tides and the currents of life, which the moon absolutely controls. And this is just a scientific fact, right? So there's that inner just kind of draw and understanding with the Cancers of sensitivity and feelings and energy and, you know, moodiness and changes that are just innate with them. They tend to be extremely sentimental. They want to absolutely care for and cater to the people they love with all their heart. They are known for that. They love taking care of their homes. And this is both genders, as I say all the time. They like being home. They're more of a homebody a lot of times. Now, I know a lot of Cancers that are also very sociable. So, you know, before you say, what are you talking about? It's true. I know it's true. But in the end, there's something really important, and the comforts of being around the familiar and the home and just making the home exactly the way you want it. And, you know, just having the meals that you want and cooking them the way you want and maybe planting the garden for the meals and that sort of thing really rings true with a lot of Cancers. Very family oriented. And whenever, well, right now the moon actually went from Sagittarius, the fiery, beautiful fellow fire sign to you, Aries, into Capricorn, which is the earth, right? The earth grounded, you know, practical, material, security minded, successful sign of Capricorn. And before I deter and get all over the subjects, I guess the point I'm trying to make is that's a good thing for both Aries and Capricorn, Cancer. My goodness, I was going to mention astrology-wise that at the end of the month we have a Mercury retrograde, which with a lot of other things I'll be dabbling and talking in and out about. But usually they call it the shadow period of Mercury retrograde, about a couple weeks before. So, but I'm already starting to notice clearly that it affects your speech, because it does. Mercury is the planet that affects our transportation, moving parts, communication, speech, you know, speaking. You know, it tends to get a little jumbled, and most of the time it starts really quick with me because it's kind of like that anyway. But that's okay. We'll get through this as we do every other Mercury retrograde. And what's interesting, Aries, is that this Mercury retrograde will be in the sign of Gemini. And we happen to have Gemini in the sign of Mars right now. So it's really about actively pursuing our communications, our ways of communicating in general and on a wide, you know, wide way. Yeah, I don't even know how to say that. What am I trying to say? You know, in big terms, you know, in all different mediums, in writing and speaking and in media, certainly. And so there's going to be a push for that for everybody, but certainly for you too, Aries. And, you know, you can be really good with verbalizing and expressing yourself anyway. But with that extra complementary energy of Gemini in Mercury, it's going to be really good, because you're going to take your ideas and your motivation and you're going to be able to express them in a much better way until there's the Mercury retrograde, when things will kind of be like, slow it down a bit, you know, think about things, and anything you've started at the beginning of this month of May, you can then kind of just review and kind of recheck and all the things you want to do to make sure it's all going to work exactly the way you want it to. Okay, so those are a couple of the other aspects happening. I will tell you that cardinal sign, besides yourself, the Cancer is a cardinal sign. So there's that beautiful attraction too. You both like to do things. You probably both like to do things together whenever possible. I could see you building upon ideas and, you know, maybe work relationships in addition to romantic. My love connection readings are not strictly romantic ones, of course. They're connections of love in all different forms. And it's certainly great to have somebody that you can be in a work relationship or partnership, building the stability and the security that is so important for all of us. And particularly, like I said, this highlighted aspect of Cancer. If you don't know right now, as I'm reading to you a specific Cancer, and you're thinking, I don't know, MaryAnne, that doesn't ring a bell, just realize within the next under 2 months, we will be having the season of Cancer. So perhaps this highlighted connection and spirit is wanting to share with you what you're starting now, what you're reviewing with the Mercury Retrograde. And then last but not least, we have the first in the series of 2 eclipses at the end of the month in Sagittarius first, and then Gemini in June. So I believe it's the 27th or so of this month. I'll have to double check that for you. We have the, I'm pretty sure it's the 27th. We have the first beautiful eclipse in the sign of Sagittarius, which is once again your fellow fire sign. So that's going to be extremely helpful for you. It's a common and a beautiful harmonious energy. When it's in that particular sign of Sagittarius, it's about our earth communication. It'll be about, higher learning, educating ourselves, certainly technology fields that are maybe taboo still coming in, aren't completely well known for everybody. We have, actually yesterday, the 30th of April, we had Taurus. We're in the sun season of Taurus, first of all. So that's that grounded, wonderful, planting the seeds, planting the ideas, keeping them grounded. You have the new, beautiful, fiery aspect of Aries that came out I was telling you about. And then you're going to plant it down. You're going to grind it down. You're going to be real conservative in a lot of ways. You're going to just be really systematic. You're going to work hard. You got to put the effort in. And then you're going to watch this incredible wealth come from it, incredible ideas that'll continue to formulate, and, be able to see the materialistic, beautiful aspects of the things that we manifest in this lifetime on this planet, right? And so we had yesterday the beautiful kind of trine or, harmonious aspect where we had both the sun in Taurus and Uranus, which is in Taurus for another 4 years or so. It usually stays in a sign every 7 years or so. It's been in there a good year and a half. So 2025, 26. Money, opportunity, unexpected, amazing changes and surprises with Uranus, out of the box, completely freedom seeking. I don't want to be conformed. I want to do what someone else has never done. I want to invent it. I want to start it. Just incredible energy and vitality and fired up energy, which is what Uranus is about, for good or bad. And then once again, that conformity energy of Earth. So it's a little bit of a, oxymoron, but all of it together in the balancing of life in situations is going to make it really, really a beautiful, exciting, and transformational time for so many of us. And I know you're right there. I know you're part of this, Aries, because you're not someone to just sit. You like to be busy. And I can see you with this energy and the emotional part of you, which you have. I mean, you're fire and you're all this and you're a lot of action and movement and all that. But you certainly have that passion and that drive to love and to care and to make a difference for others, for the higher good for everybody involved. So that's a lot. I said a lot. I hope you followed that. But that's how it works sometimes with spirit when it's coming through. It's just like, woof. And this is the kind of month it's going to be. Gemini, Mars, Gemini, that's changeable. Gemini is all, it's the duality. It's the twins. It's up and down. It's over and out. It's exciting. It's new. It's mutable. They're mutable. So they're just constantly trying things. And you got to keep on your toes. And it'll be a little dizzy. And the conversations will be like this probably for a while, if you can handle it. I hope you can. But I'll go on to the 3 major categories for you. Because these are under, like I said, the main things that I think will be of interest, and usually the questions that come up when I do my readings for people. So the first is always the overall energy that brought you to this reading for May. You had your mid-month readings last month. You can always check back to see if there's some comparisons, or if the storyline is similar or the narrative is changing, and in what way. And then let me know, because I love for you to interact with me. You would have to subscribe, and that isn't a ploy to get you to subscribe. I mean, it's free to subscribe. It's a beautiful gesture to support my channel. Liking is also another wonderful way to support me, and it's free. And then I can always comment back to you, and we can keep this open dialogue, which is really important to me and why I do this channel, okay? So I would greatly love that. But yeah, check and see, if there's a continuum there of something you can feel, energetically, and certainly through the messages that are showing you that you're certainly in the right direction, and feel good about things. Because that's what it really, I feel, is predominantly about. I think it's going to be a very fun and exciting month for everybody. But Aries, let's see what it says for you in this highlighted connection right now. But before I go on anymore, I will say that for all of you that are saying, nah, I'm still not convinced, hold tight, because I add a rune now, and I brought out 3 of the oracles. Well, one of them is my OG. I use it every month. But 2 new oracles, and the new deck I'm using this month again. Well, it's not new, but it's, a new one for a lot of you, I hope, is the Art Nouveau, which I've absolutely loved since I got it for Christmas, gosh, almost 2 years ago now. Wow. Yeah, it wasn't this past Christmas. Anyway, I love it. Every single card has some kind of gold to it that I hope you can see with my camera. It's just beautiful. The first overall energy, which, oh my gosh, I love this. I love this anyway. It's a beautiful card, and it represents, well, it is the 3 of Pentacles. So this is about mastering your craft, mastering your idea, mastering your intentions, perfecting it, finishing touches. It's just about acceleration. It's about group help. It's not group, but I should say help from others as well. And if not in your community, maybe your family, maybe within this relationship, and friends that are absolutely recognizing your worth and want to be a part of it and want to assist you. And it's just a beautiful, wonderful, I always call it the triad, body, mind, and spirit, that's there for you and encouraging you to keep moving forward, okay? That's been the very prominent underlying energy that I've felt since Aries season, to be honest. And with spring and the newness of, the flowers that are coming, and the ideas that are continually creatively coming through, and, through dreams and all different ways in our life. It's very, very obvious. And, being patient is very important too. And I say that because having an Aries moon myself, it's not my strong suit, but of course I'm capable of it when I allow that. And I take in the energy of this beautiful Taurus season, that it's much more calming, and it's much more about the acceptance and the ability to be and to manifest and to grow in divine timing, I should say. So that's absolutely gorgeous. And it seems as though things are definitely building, okay? Even if it's on a slower pace, it's going to be okay. And I find anytime we have the pentacles of the earth elements, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, it's a more stable and permanent kind of growth. One that could last for many, many years to come, whether it be a relationship, a job endeavor, a new creative idea that you may have that you're putting forth and really feeling confident about, feeling really good about and secure about. So that's really great to start this beautiful month of May. And then also, whoa, I'm not sure how that happened, but I like it because I'm going to pick it out. The second one just flipped up. I take that as a sign. And this is under the category of possible blessings or obstacles. So you can be the judge, but it's the 10 of Pentacles. And that's the top. That's the top banana. That is the ultimate. That is the luxuries. That is the happiness. That is the family. That is the hard work brought to tangible, materialistic form, A lot of us strive for this, I know, in different ways. And some of us think, oh, I don't know, I'm this age. I don't know, I mean, how could that happen now, you know? I mean, I've tried and I've done this, and I'm like pointing to me, right? I get those thoughts. Absolutely worthless, not going to get you anywhere, but they still creep in sometimes. And no, this is absolutely not thinking that way, but believing the absolute of yourself. You are enough. You are capable of anything you put your mind to. And this is pretty much evident of that. Now, the only thing about the possible obstacles, maybe you're still waiting. I'm seeing that it's gone from the 3, which is mastery, to the 10. So let me just say, in my own spiritual way, that means you're going to be coming into some really profitable times. Okay. Now, it could be in 3 weeks, 3 days, 3 months. I mean, when it comes to time, I don't really even do that. I just did it because I've seen it done like that before. And that's what I'm seeing is an elevation of 3 to 10. So, but it could happen within the next 3 minutes. I don't know. I mean, that's really entirely up to you. But what I do feel is amazing prosperity. And with the Taurus energy and the Uranus energy, I mean, it can bring in stuff just like, and it could do the same and take it away. I think last year it took some away, and it was in Taurus last year. But people are smart, they realize that, and really gave a lot of us some insight as to how that can happen. And so there's more investing and more smart thought process about money now, I think. And I absolutely love it. I think it's phenomenal, and I think you deserve it. And I'm grateful to be able to be the messenger for that. The final card is under the card of finances. And it has to do with your finances and the energy of money, of course, which is what it is, the currency of life. When you give, you will receive. And a lot of times, and I'm still learning it, but I've studied it from before with the beautiful oracle and incredible entities of Abraham Hicks, and how everything is energy and how we can perceive it and believe it into reality. You know, I mean, that is the ultimate law of attraction. But you can try in small ways to recognize the reality of that, and you will be astounded. Or watch them, watch and listen to them. They're online. They have tapes and books coming out your ears from years and years ago. It just changes everything when you have that perspective. Now, this is a year of predominance of mind and expansion with Jupiter in Aquarius and Saturn in Aquarius, making sure that whatever ideas we choose to expand, which is what Jupiter does, and it's all about our mind and thought when it is about Aquarius, who's an air sign. It'll be that way for the whole year. Whatever you put forth, Saturn, that taskmaster, is going to make sure that you stay on track. And then you're going to reap the benefits. You're going to realize that that was worth every moment. And yes, actually, Saturn will be in Aquarius for about 2.5 years till March of 2023. Whereas, you know, Jupiter will go into the next sign next year, as it does every 12 years in each sign, into the sign of Pisces. But that Saturn aspect that'll keep you on track is a beautiful gift. And if anyone ever says otherwise, please rethink it and look at it in a new perspective. Because if you have somebody that's nudging you when you start to get off track and you have a goal, and they're annoying at times, but they're like, oh, you're like, yeah, whatever, I'll study, I'll do that extra webinar, you know, I'll read an extra book, whatever it takes, you will be rewarded in the end. But that final category of finances could be money, could be wealth, in your health, could be in your relationships. So it means different things to other people. And you have what is this? The Knight, I believe? I'm blind, I apologize. It's a picture and I can't really see it. It's so funny, it is the page, okay. Because I was gonna say, it's not on a horse. And any knight, in every other deck I've ever had, it has the horse. It's somebody delivering a message about a specific area of your life. The page is the youthful one, the one who has a message, but it's the beginning. And when it's the wand, it's the fire, Aries. So it's you. So there's something very, very important that you are wanting to instigate and to create and make come to life, because that's what you do. Those wands are about the way you act in a physical way to create, and and spirit is involved, of course, to really bring it to life. The fuel is the fire that you are and the element that you are. And you're going to be getting some really wonderful information that you may not have gotten yet. It could still be at the beginning stages, so you're okay with that. But when it's about your finances, it's going to make it so that they actually grow and grow and grow. This is a storyline, like I said. You start with the Three of Pentacles, building upon and growing this wonderful, inspirational idea for future stability and such with the Pentacles. It goes to the 10. And then under the finances, it's because of an idea, a conversation, a webinar, like I said, you watch, a book you read, sign that comes in, and you take it and you run with it. And then you have this amazing transformative life because of it, because you stuck and you believed in it. And I just think that's absolutely beautiful. I think it's an amazing reading. And I'm really fired up for you. And I'm going to finish it, as I like to, with the exclamation point, if you will, with the rune. The rune is an oracle that has been around forever, right? And I'm still learning these, so it's about memorization. But for now, I just use my little book and tell you what I see. And you have what looks to be a 1. It could be I, but it is a beautiful purple amethyst rune that has to do with protection. It wards away toxic energies. It's a healing energy. So maybe this has to do with your body and your desire to heal yourself in some way. And anytime I see a wand, it does have to do with physicality a lot of times. So preparing for something that may be coming up that you want cosmetically or otherwise. I'm not a doctor and never claim to be. These are just informational things and entertainment for you. Energies that come through. But something to keep in mind too, okay? Putting money aside for those things, very essential. I mean, our health is everything. So I put this rune right on that second beautiful 10 of Pentacles. And I will read to you what it says, specifically because it's pretty uncanny and amazing how very, very synchronistic it is with the readings. What it is Isa. I-S-A, and I'm not sure if that's how it's pronounced, Isa or Isa. And you know what I love? It has a 1-1 semicolon 1. So there's that beautiful 111 of the universe, right? Just that when you see that at any time, it's like you're being listened to, you're being seen, and realize what you're thinking and what your intentions are at that very moment. So let's go in here and see what it says. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's number 11. Ooh, I love 11. That's a master number. So it says, I've never read this one before. Ice. Isa is ice. Ooh, the period is between November 28th and December 13th. So that's basically Sagittarius energy. And I'm telling you, whatever happens from these incredible eclipses, they're like full and new moons on steroids. And the full moon will be the solar in Sagittarius at the end of this month of May. I think it said the 27th. And wow, it's going to last for months. So whatever this beautiful revelation, higher learning, education that's being prompted for you to recognize and to move towards, it could be established or pretty much materialized and materialistically coming through by that time period. And if you say, oh, that's a while from now, it's already May. You know how fast everything goes. So believe it, okay? Now the words behind and besides this are response, calm, that's that energy of Taurus right now, and Uranus, even though it's not a common energy with Uranus, it's in Taurus, so it's kind of a battle there. Reflection, victory over obstacles. Reflection is when you have these Mercury retrogrades to reflect and review and not to feel like everything is just stopped and I can't go anywhere. it's a good time for that. You initiate something and then you kind of review it. And then once that goes forward, you're ready to, you're raring to go. You hit the ground running, basically. Also habits, vices, and expectations to be controlled, resistance. So there's the shadowy and the beautiful higher energies in everything in life, and that shows you both. Perhaps if you have vices, it would be a good time to really reconsider and decide what's working and what isn't. And they can be anything, besides alcohol, tobacco, food, sex, all those things. It can be too much TV, for example. Just changing your routine. And when you do that, things change, right? We're changing the inside of how you receive things and how you feel. I really love that. I think it's beautiful, and it's wonderful that it's going to be during that fiery, passionate time of Sagittarius, the optimist. And that's what Jupiter rules, is the sign of Sagittarius. So beautiful, positive energy for this reading so far. Let me go on to your oracle messages. Today and this month, for starting of May, I pulled out the Hidden Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, one of my favorite decks by Call It Bear and Read. And it's a simple message, but it's sent by love and wisdom of the oracles, the divinations that just really, really are there to just completely love us and guide us and show us the way, even if we are on the right path and we know where we're going and we're feeling good about that. It never hurts to have that confirmation. And so you beautiful Aries, in every one of your connections, not just this highlighted one of Cancer now, the word Lord, communication, praise, dishonesty. And it's number 43, which is a 7. Now 7 can be extremely angelic number, very lucky for a lot of people, but it's also working through our challenges and our doubts, our fears. And so you have, I just love this picture though. I'm going to show it to you again. They're all so beautifully illustrated. You have number 43. And it says, for you beautiful Aries, the word Lord rules communication of all kinds and lets you know that positive interactions can be expected when he arrives as your ally. Yes, well, that's what I'm seeing, and that's what I feel. There's a genuine feeling of just camaraderie and help and, just growth with others as well as with yourself. He only speaks with positive words and praises all he sees. He reminds you of the law of abundance and praise. When you bless the world, it blesses you back. When you say affirming, supportive words, they carry an energy that returns to you in a physical form. I think you're always a very upbeat person, Aries, to be honest. I've always met the Aries that tend to be this optimist, kind of positive person a lot of times. And again, you have your days, I get that. But this really rings and strikes a chord with me about you. So I love that this came up. So remember that each one has power and will resonate into the universe, and that's about the words. Seeking its reflection in manifest form. It's beautiful. It makes perfect sense. It's all about the law of attraction, once again, the energy we put out and what we bring back in. So it's very congruent, and it's in alignment with what's being said. And I really kind of dig the way there's this gold throughout all of this. Even the deck that I use, the tarot, that has all gold. And then look at the emphasis kind of the gold, which is the yellow, really, the solar plexus of strength and courage and empowerment. And to stand up and to speak like we have this wonderful time now with the Aquarian energy of mind and words and communicating. And that's the first word on there, communication. So you're really feeling strongly driven to maybe improve upon that in your relationships, in your everyday life, in ways that you can be heard and seen in a positive way, right? The second beautiful oracle deck I love. I love this a lot. It's super simple. It's the Motivation Manifesto deck. And it just has words, sometimes shortened sentences, maybe sometimes a little longer, of inspiration. That's what I revel in, and that's what I choose to bring out to you, because we all could use a lot more of that. So your particular beautiful message for today, and the rest of the month, or certainly through the mid-month, where I hope you'll come back and check out that, see where it's going. This day is to be enjoyed like a pause at a cool stream during summer's heat. I have to read it again. I've never picked this. This day is to be enjoyed like a pause at a cool stream during summer's heat. So it kind of goes back to the beginning and the connection and the highlighted connection of Cancer and summer. And just to like bring out your intentions, bring out your manifestations to the fullest extent. Remember to pause, remember to be reflective, and to be present, to be you. So I love that. And that's a really simple but beautiful kind of saying or mantra, or however you want to say it. I'm going to finish with my OG deck, the Super Attractor Manifestation deck, where we literally feel and create the life we want through our emotions. And it does have to do with what we think and what we initially see or, envision for ourselves. But then when we collectively and bring it all together within ourselves of feeling it, it will absolutely come into manifestational form. And there will always be co-creation with it too. So you know that you always have that help and support and love. So your final message for today. I love this. I have, I almost feel like I got this. It was a fire sign this came up for. I'm almost positive. It's just too big and too bold. When I'm connected to spirit, I feel a sense of certainty, magnitude, and ease. It's everything that I've ever known before. Because that's what it's about. That is exactly what creating and co-creating is about. And it should always give you that feeling of magnitude, because it's too big to even really articulate, right? But the feeling is there nonetheless. And it's real for each and every one of us. And I'm glad to have shared this time with you. And I hope that you resonate right away with this. But do give it some time. And I appreciate your time at all. It's valuable. We all need to truly value our time and our efforts in life. And I just want to say, hope to see you again mid-month, or certainly by next month. And until then, take beautiful care of yourself. Bye for now.